Hey, Coach, you mentioned the end of the game with all the turnaround there. The defense actually came up big towards the end of the first half there, and as much as both these teams are known more for offense, kind of speak to your success that the defense was having earlier in the game.
Yeah, you know, the situations there towards the end of each half, really. You know, we had some critical stops. We were able to get a couple takeaways. You know, those were big plays to allow us to put ourselves in good position. You know, when you're down 14 in the fourth quarter, you got to make sure that you get some stops. And our defense came up big. We had a chance to move the ball there late. You know, we got down in field goal range, and we had a critical penalty. You know, penalties hurt us today. That was something that you know, I think we had 14 penalties, which, you know, we can't have, and you know, it really showed up big in some critical times. And so, but your defense, we knew. I mean, you got the two top offenses in the country. I mean, that's what you saw today. And you know, both did not disappoint in how they played, but both defenses came up with critical stops at critical moments. And you know, it was an impressive battle. I'm proud of our guys. You know, defensively, we lost a couple safeties there. At the end of the first half, when John Cook and Josh Perry both went out, so we had to try to adapt and adjust a little bit there. But you know, our guys, they played their hearts out, and I'm very proud of them.
Other questions? Raise your hand over here in front.
Coach, just talk about how the team was able to hold UCF to just 3 points in the fourth quarter. They didn't score their touchdown, or they scored their last touchdown at the end of the third quarter, but then you guys held them and then came back from that 2-touchdown deficit.
It's what this football team's done all year. I mean, they've responded when it was necessary. You know, we went down. We had we missed an opportunity. We were in the red zone. Had a negative play that kind of put us in a long field goal range. We missed the field goal. They were able to go down and get points, and we knew we needed to stop. And you know, our guys, they rose to the challenge. We were able to go down with the big touchdown run by Tony Pollard, and we got us to a one-score game. And those guys just keep playing, and I mean, it shows the heart, the character that they have. You know, we push all year long for this opportunity, and man, we got a phenomenal group of young men, and that heart is what showed up. You know, they're a resilient group, and you know, they made a lot of good plays out there.
Mike, your safeties early, it seemed like, had some trouble with their receivers, but late it seemed like there were a couple guys missing. Was it injury related? Was it performance related?
No, we had a couple injuries. You know, Josh and John Cook both went down, so we had to we took another corner and you know, put them in at safety. And you know, there's some adjustment things you get to do. You know, that's a position that we are thin at. We have a bunch of freshmen that are playing there. But you know, at the end of the day, our guys, you know, they went out there and they continued to compete. We have two true freshman corners. You know, one of them that got thrown in at safety. You got Tito, who was you know, a newcomer for us, and just to see all those guys out there, playing and you know, giving everything they have for this football team was special for me to see. But you know, it's like I said, that's a talented group we just played against.
You started the game really pounding the ball, running it. How did the offensive game plan change from the first game to this one, and how were you guys able to execute it so well?
Well, we knew we had to have some balance, and you know, looking at stat sheet, I think we had the ball for 48 minutes or whatever. I don't know if that's right, but you know, we had the time of possession. You know, the play count we were able to keep limited for most of the game. Obviously, going to overtime, and they got a couple more snaps. But you know, our guys, we knew we had to have balance. We couldn't get into a drop back game, you know, because they have some talented pass rushers, and you know, that showed up there late. But you know, our guys, I was really proud of the O line. That's a defense that's played extremely well all year long, and you know, they you know, the only two real offenses that have been able to have success on them was you know, South Florida with their great quarterback there last week, and what our guys you know, did today, and it was great to see. But you know, wish we had a couple more.
Other questions for Coach? We're also joined by quarterback Riley Ferguson.
Thoughts on the guy sitting next to you and the performance he had, and also on Anthony Miller, that last fourth and whatever conversion.
Incredible, you know, two warriors. I mean, they are two of the best young men I've ever been around. You know, the way they prepare during the week, you see a lot of great plays that are made on the field, but what they do, you know, Sunday to Friday to prepare themselves to play at a high level, it's two fine young men, and as good of players as they are, the performances that they had, they're better people, and they're going to have extremely bright careers here when they're done being finished with this season. But they are going to be wonderful representatives of our program and what we stand for.
Mike, when you walked in, getting ready for this to start, you were looking at that stat sheet and you were shaking your head. Can you just even put into words the emotional roller coaster of this game, and so close to winning and then not, and just coming at the end of the season? You can see the emotion on Riley's face as well. Can you just talk about your emotions?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not emotional about that one, then you gotta check the pulse, because I mean, this football team is incredible, man. They put so much into it, and we knew. I mean, there was no secret. It was going to be a one possession game. This is going to be something we had to play really well for it to actually be that. And our guys they battled, and you see the swings. I mean, I think back, we didn't get off to the start that we wanted. We tried to be very aggressive today, and we were down 10, and then our guys responded. We ended up taking the lead into halftime, and then they had a great third quarter, and our guys responded once again. We got it into overtime, and at the end of the day, they were able to make one more play than we were, and wow, what a great game.
Other questions? Over here.
Yes.
Yep, go with Jeff.
Mike, what is this? Obviously, it's a display for Memphis football. The whole country's watching y'all. What does this mean for Memphis football?
I mean, I think it's shown the progression. When I took the job a couple years ago, the culture had changed, but we had to show that we could maintain and continue to build off of it. And I think about this football team and the young men that have come in. We got a great group of seniors that have been through. That's going to be it's the winningest group of seniors to ever come through our program. They played at an exceptionally high level, but we've had 13 guys that have come in that 2-year period of time that have have become starters for us, and that whole group has kind of cohesively come together and played at such a high level. Whenever you have change, there's a lot of uncertainty, and the young man sitting to my left, I mean, he replaced a first-round draft pick quarterback and has just come in and continued to a great tradition for what Memphis football is all about, and that's what makes me so proud. You see the passion, the energy, the resiliency that our football team shows. I mean, we take pride in that. We take pride in who we represent and the great community that we have there in Memphis, the support. But our program is going to continue to rise, and I think today, even though we didn't end up on the winning side of it, you saw the progression of where we're going.
Any questions for Riley?
Riley, talk about the confidence you have throwing the ball to Anthony on a regular basis, because it just seemed like it was like simple backyard football between you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that just comes from practice and repetition. Every day at practice we go out and we compete with everybody, who we're going against, and if that means us staying after practice and getting a couple more throws, then that's what it's going to take. That's what we've done, since I've been here, and we've just gotten better and better every single day.
Over here, Mark.
Riley, what were those final couple plays like? You get the big completion to Anthony on 4th down, and then a couple plays later you throw the pick. I guess first, what happened on each play, and what was that like in the moment, going the swings of emotion?
Well, the 4th down, the out route, that was just a man throw. We knew we had Ant one-on-one, so we let him run it out. Got the good completion. It was a great catch by him. The last play, I had my read. The safety came down, and in the back, I haven't even seen the play. I haven't watched it, but I guess he dropped out and picked it off, but it was a great play by him.
Over here in front, please. Where do you go?
Hey, Riley.
Okay.
Does this game hurt even more, man, because you all was so close, this close to winning the ball game and to lose, the way after having an incredible season and an incredible game today?
I mean, of course this hurts. We went out there and gave it our all. We left it all on the field, so it's gonna hurt. If it doesn't hurt, like Coach was saying, then you need to check yourself. You shouldn't be playing football.
Okay. Up to the right over here.
Riley, just what you can say about Anthony Miller, just what he's meant to this team. Obviously, this was a loss for you, but just what he's meant overall and what he meant in this game to keep you in it.
Man, he's everything. he gets us going. He's one of the best players on our team, but at the same time, you know, he's one of the hardest workers on our team, so everybody respects him. So I think that's the main thing. People can look up to him, and, you know, he carves a way for everybody, and we just follow him, and, you know, all the other seniors are trying to do the same thing as well.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. Go back to more, please.
Hey, Coach, Dykes had a breakout game. What did you see that Dykes do today, or describe his game today?
Yeah, no, I thought Sean did a nice job. We were able to get some play action, shots to him, and he made the most of his opportunity. I think he had 100 and something yards receiving, which was big for us because you look at that team. They're dynamic at corner. There was a great challenge to be able to not only run it but throw it, and we were able to get some good matchups. And I thought Sean showed up really well. He's had a good season, and it's good to see that continued. Like we talk about that progression as the season goes, and that confidence that he was displaying.
Okay, the final question will be over here, please.
Riley, you guys are down 48-34 with less than 10 minutes to go. What was it like on the sideline? Was there anything said, or was it just confidence from going in prior in the game?
You know, we had no panic. Nobody on the sideline was panicking at all. You know, we've been in this situation. Coach tells us all the time we've literally seen every situation possible that you could possibly be in. So, you know, we were down 14. We weren't really worried about it. We knew we had to go score quick, and that's what we did. And then our defense came out and got a stop for us, and we went and scored again.